I think that in all the business side of it, there's still this piece of me that takes me back to my very first position where I would work with the patients, and I kind of became a patient advocate because it didn't matter what department I was overseeing or developing. I still had that relationship with the patients or the patient's family, and I lived each journey with each of them. So if they were coming in for surgery and they're scared to death because they've never had a surgery before, I literally would stop what I was doing and take that patient and say, I'm going to walk you through this process, and I'm going to show you that you're in great hands. And I think that I get that from, having watched my sister when she was first diagnosed with breast cancer. And she never heard anything else that her oncologist said to her. She only heard that she was diagnosed with breast cancer. And I had to learn at a really young age that I was going to have to be her advocate, because I heard everything the doctor said, what was going to be her next steps. She only heard the word cancer still. That was what was still ringing. And, we took this journey together for 10 years until I ended up losing her. But what a fight. But I feel so good that I was her advocate, and I would guide her as to, this is what our day is going to look like. These are what the next 3 days are going to look like. And I think it gave her comfort knowing that I was really living this with her. My brother-in-law had to worry about taking care of my nephew, and he's worrying about whether or not my sister is going to survive. And my mom, no mother wants their daughter to have that diagnosis. So I think I took that role of, even though I never became a nurse, but I really did take that Florence Nightingale role out of the administrative role that I had, and just live this journey with them. And I think that's what I do with every patient, no matter what department or no matter what specialty that I'm in. I just take that journey with every patient and I live it with them. When I talk about being an advocate for my sister, I let me just break it down. I feel like I was her voice. And I feel that as I've progressed in my over almost 3 decades of being in hospital administration, every patient deserves an advocate. Why? Because a patient deserves someone to go in there and speak for them, fight for them, express what they're feeling. Because that patient can only say it to me, but doesn't really know how to say it to their physician. They're already intimidated. They're already intimidated by their diagnosis. They don't know what to do with it. So they can't think past what the fate they've just been diagnosed with, right? So I actually believe that having an advocate and having a voice for you to kind of guide you and help you, literally take you by the hand and say, here are the next steps, and I'm going to be with you every step of the way. You weren't sure about what the doctor said to you? Let me explain it to you. Oh, with my prostate cancer patients, they don't understand all of the medical terms, and they'll look at me and I say, oh, it really means this. And then I just break it down to them and I say, this is what you're going to experience. This is what he's really talking about. They appreciate that because it is so overwhelming to hear terms you're not used to. So it is like being a translator. It's breaking it down and coming down here to this level, because everyone has a different specialty, right? I mean, someone who's not in the healthcare industry is not going to know, right? Because they've just been given this diagnosis. You think that they're out researching right now? No, the C word is still ringing in their ear. they don't know where to even begin. So when I get them and our doctor is sitting down with them, 9 times out of 10, that patient is calling me as they're walking back to their car, and they say, "Now, Christine, the doctor said this. Can you tell me what that really means?" And then that's where I step in, and then I just walk them through the next step process, and I give them definitions that they can relate to.
So you're an advocate for not just the patient, but the families.
Absolutely, yes. Yes, I get very close to the family members because they want to feel needed. They feel that if I can teach them about what to expect, then they're that much more supportive to their loved one that's been given the diagnosis.